Hello. All right. Since I am just getting over being sick, I figured it could be helpful to do a little yoga mobility for some recovery. Nothing too crazy, just some simple movements to help you feel good, move the body a little bit. And you can do these along with me. I'll try to give some modifications, but do whatever's feeling good for you. If you are getting over being sick or you're currently sick, then just listen to your body and be mindful if something doesn't feel good or is causing, tension or headache or anything like that, then, back off a little bit and just chill where you feel most comfortable. So we're going to just start with the bottoms of the feet together, letting the knees come out to the sides. You can scoot those heels in as close as you would like, and then sit up nice and tall. So we always want to lengthen through the back, really extending in the spine. You don't want to be rounded over too much here. And then pull those shoulders down away from the ears. Just breathing here. I've been dealing with some sinus stuff, so my nose is still a little bit congested, so the breathing is a little bit hard for me. But if you got to breathe in through the mouth, that is fine too. Nice full breaths either way. All right, we'll sink into this a little bit more. Grab the bottoms of the feet if you can, and then start to press the knees down towards the floor. And if it feels okay, lean forward over the feet. You can stay here or reach the hands out in front and then add in some length here through the upper back. Maybe you'll feel a stretch in the low back here as well. And then take an inhale in as we come right back up to center. All right. We're going to rotate to the left. You can either hold on here and just gently touch the knee or reach the arms out for a little bit more. Really fold over that leg. And if you'd like to add the rotation in here for the back, we'll reach that arm up and overhead. Looking up under the arm, you should feel a little stretch along the side of the body here. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale as we go over the other leg. So you can either hold the knee, reach the arms out, and then when and if you're ready, extend that arm up overhead. Little rotation, look up and under the arm. Inhale as we come back up to our seat. And exhale. Let that go. We're going to drop the chin down to the chest. Double check that we're still sitting up nice and tall here. Chin comes down to the chest. Maybe pet a cat. Then we're going to go side to side. So dropping the left ear over to the left shoulder. And then sending the right ear over to the left shoulder. I'm sorry, that would be difficult. Right ear over to the right shoulder. And we'll take that back and forth. To the left, to the right. Just rolling through center each time. Keeping that chin tucked as you pass through center. We'll keep going here. Remember to breathe. One more time to the right. And then come back to center. Drop that chin down. Now we're going to make some big circles with the head all the way around. Now, if you have been dealing with some congestion, sinus stuff, take this slow, okay? Because I know I have felt a little bit lightheaded with being sick. And moving my head around like this can make me feel a little bit dizzy. So take it slow and then switch directions of your circle. Nice big circle all the way around. And come on back to center. Ooh, all right. We are going to move to a tabletop position on the mat. Go ahead and bring those knees in, get them underneath of the hips. Tabletop position, so shoulders are over the hands, fingers are spread wide, knees are under the hips. If you want to tuck the toes underneath, that's going to give you more support. Untuck the toes and be on the tops of the feet for a little bit more core activation, okay? Taking a few breaths here in your tabletop pose. And we're going to move into a cat and cow. So as you take an inhale in, I want you to open the chest and flip the tailbone up. Shift the gaze all the way up to the sky. Exhale, tilt the tailbone under now, and then look down towards your feet. Round the back. Now inhale, flip the tailbone, open the chest. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, press the ground away, cat pose. Inhale, open up, flip the tailbone. Exhale, tuck it back under, look down towards the feet. Inhale, big breath. As much air as you can take in. Exhale, let it all go. Inhale, open up. Exhale, let it go. Take a couple of these at your pace, okay? I don't want to force you to move with my breath. Try to sync the movement to your own breath. Don't be afraid to let that breath out, too. Inhale. And exhale when it feels good for you. One more cycle. And exhale, let it go. Very nice. Okay, take those knees as wide as the mat. Bring the big toes together behind, let them touch. Mwah. And then sink the hips down to the feet. Give yourself a little push back. Really root the glutes down if you can. You can take it a little wider if you need to. And reach those arms out in front. Sink into your child's pose. If you're wearing a hat, this is where you want to flip it backwards. Let that forehead come down to the mat if you can. If not, hang out where you are. Don't mind my sniffly nose. All right, walk those hands up. So you're getting a nice stretch through the arms, through the back. Think about pulling the arms out in front while pushing the hips and the butt down. So it's like you're pulling in opposite directions. Inhale just to come up to the fingertips, lift the head. So I've got my arms lifted off the mat. And then we're going to exhale, walk the hands all the way over to the left side and fall back down on the exhale. Breathe here. Keep the butt down. All right, we're going to inhale, lift back up to the fingers. Walk it all the way over to the right side. Nice and far, and then exhale, come on down. Let it go. Does not matter where you're at here. Just sink into it, let it be. Just appreciate this movement, being able to move your body. Little self-love here. Inhale, lift back up to the fingertips. Exhale as we come back to center. And now I want you to walk the hands in all the way to bring yourself up to a seat. Sink down here. And then just carefully bring the knees in if you can. We're still on the tops of the feet here, and this should give you just a little stretch in the legs, maybe even in the tops of the feet too. If it feels okay, you can lean back, lift the knees up off the mat. I'm just on the tops of my fingers here for support, but I'm getting a nice stretch up through the top of my foot, or both my feet. Hey, cat. Hold on, my cat is trying to eat my plant, and we're not going to do that. Get out. No. Get your claws out of my sports bra. Thank you. That'll be enough of your nonsense. Okay. Stay where you are here. I'm coming back. Okay. And then we'll return out of this position. Here's cat. Go ahead and walk your hands to the front of the mat. You can either come back into a child's pose here if you need to just rest and relax, or if you would like to bring a little bit more heat into it, we're going to come up into our first downward facing dog. So if you're coming with me, we're going to tuck the toes behind. Really press the hands into the mat, lift the hips, send them all the way up to the sky, drop the chest down. Fingers are spread nice and wide on the hands. Let the head hang. Oh man, there's my sinuses now. Little bend in the knees. We won't stay here too long. Let's take this right leg, bring it up to the front of the mat. Ooh, excuse me, that is gross. And we're gonna bring ourselves into a pigeon pose. If you cannot get the back leg straight here, you can bend the back knee and come into a 90-90 variation. If you're able to come into pigeon, it's all right if that front shin is not out straight in front, okay? You can be bent, but we're trying to get the hips down on the mat. And if you notice here, I'm just rotating that left hip forward. So if my right leg is in front, I want to try to square the hips and sort of press that left hip so that it comes forward and down towards the mat. Now, if it feels okay, you can lean over that front leg. If you're ready, you can come all the way down or stay where you're at. Cat, hey, get out of my stuff. This cat is not listening. Hey, psst. Back in the plant. Yep, I knew that wasn't going to last. Oh my goodness. You're done. You're done. In the house. You're cut off. Okay. We'll make a mental note not to bring the cat next time or remove all entertaining objects first. Okay. We're still holding in our pigeon. Taking a few deep breaths here. It should be a little uncomfortable. A lot of these stretches are intense, varies from person to person, but you should not experience pain, but you should push a little bit through the discomfort, okay? Just allow yourself to sink into it. Don't focus so much on what is uncomfortable. Just be as present here and allow yourself to let go. Okay, this feels pretty good. But let's go ahead and switch. So we're going to come up to the hands here. So lift the chest again. Tuck the toes on that back foot to lift that back leg. If you can't come out of it in this way, that is totally fine. However, you need to get that right leg out from underneath. You're welcome to come through a plank or keep knees down. But let's bring that left leg up to the front of the mat. So we're either extending that right leg back behind or bringing it out to the side again for that 90-90 variation. That is up to you. Whatever feels better. This side is tight for me. All right. Working our way into it here. We don't have to come right down. You can if you want. But work on getting that right hip squared and forward. Root it down towards the ground. And then when and if you're ready, you can fold over that front leg. Here we are in pigeon on the other side. We're having fun. Focus on the breath. You can notice the discomfort, just don't get stuck in it, right? Easier said than done. It's something I am working on personally, not getting stuck in the discomfort. I think I was a chronic complainer for some time and would really obsess over the shit that's just uncomfortable. It's easy to do, right? Just notice how it makes you feel. Like it's fine that it makes you uncomfortable or angry or sad or whatever it is, but don't get stuck in it, you know? Notice it, let the feelings pass through, and then let it go. Breathe through it. And that takes time. I have an anxious attachment style. So I hold on to shit for a long time. And that's something I'm working on. But it's a practice. Letting go is a practice, right? Get better the more we do it. Letting go here in this pigeon pose. Right. We are sinking into it a little bit here. Let's press back up to the hands. Get that left leg back out from underneath, however you need to do so. You can come through a tabletop position. Either return back to a child's pose here, or come with me to downward facing dog with the hips up to the sky, a little bend in the knees. Looking at the toes, how they doing? Mine are not doing so well, actually. My toes are beat up. My feet are beat up for running. We desperately need a pedicure, but you know, it's fine. It's really not that big of an issue compared to other shoes in the world, so I can't really complain. But y'all don't want to see my feet right now, that's all I'm saying. Maybe you do, you little weirdos. I don't know. Not for free, though. All right, we're getting off topic. Let's step that right foot to the front between the hands. Boop. And then drop the back knee down. Boop. And then come on up. You can untuck those toes on the back foot. Balance here in this lunge. This is so good. Such a good one. Let the hips sink down. Look, maybe you're up here. This is good too. But allow yourself to come down as far as you can. If you have blocks or pillows or some type of support, you can stack them here next to you. Probably should have told you to get those in the beginning. I apologize. I'll make a note. But you can give yourself some support here. Otherwise, just let it hang down. Let it sink low. Oh, yeah, right in that psoas. Feel the stretch right in the front of that back leg. That is good stuff. All right, let's send those hips back behind us as we straighten the front leg. Point the toes up to the sky. Fold over the front leg. Doing a little half split here. You should be feeling the stretch in that front hamstring, maybe the calf a little bit. Yeah, these toes are bad, actually. Wow, that's embarrassing. Breathe and fold further over that leg. Inhale to find some length. Exhale, refold. All right, come on back up to that lunge, okay? Shift the weight back down into the hips. Front knee should be over the front heel. And if this is bothering your back leg, if you're too far up on that knee, I really try to get above the knee. So I'm pressing just at the top, just above my knee. I'm not right on the plate of my knee. That can be uncomfortable. Let those hips sink down once again. You can stay here, or if you want a little bit more, we are going to reach for that back foot and stretch the quad. This is a deep, intense stretch, okay? So bring that foot up here. Come on. Bring them in. There it is. Lasso it in. All right, pull the foot in as far as you can. And, ooh, daddy, you are going to feel that. Yeah, even more in the psoas and the quad. Wow, okay. I've not done this one in a minute, let me tell you. Oh, yeah. That is good stuff. All right, let it go. Come back into that half split one more time. Send the hips back, straighten the front leg. Look at your little toes. And we're gonna switch sides. Right foot comes out, send it back. Bam. Left foot is gonna step to the front. Boop. All right, look at that. Back in our lunge, send the hips forward and down. Get on top of that back knee, just above the knee if you can. Yeah. Let it sink down. Pulling around that psoas. This is a really good stretch for back pain. So is pigeon. The psoas wraps around the base of the spine inside there. And when you sink into this position and stretch all that out, it can really relieve some of that low back pain. I like to add in a little back bend here too. Just let everything drop down towards the ground. Yeah. We are breathing here. Good stuff. I hope my phone hasn't died. I just remembered my phone was really low. That would really suck if I've been recording all this and not actually recording anything. Guess we'll find out. Good practice for me still though, right? All right. Send it back to the half split. Hips go back, straighten the front leg. Stretch through that hamstring. Fold over the leg. Cannot breathe through my nose still, but it's fine. Luckily I can breathe through my mouth. ignore my sniffles. God, I hope that's not loud in the microphone. I apologize if it is, but, you know, what are you going to do? All right, fold a little deeper. Inhale, come back up to this lunge. All right, so chest is up, hips are grounding down. You can stay here, sink a little bit deeper, or we're reaching for that back foot, all right? So if we're on the right side here, right hand reaches behind, lasso that little foot in, boop, pull him in, there he is. Tuck it. The further you bring that foot in towards your butt, the more you are going to feel that stretch, and it is a deep one. Especially if you have anterior pelvic tilt, pelvis tilts forward some. Feel like just stretching out quads and hamstrings around that feels really, really intense. Or if you just trained legs, you know, you probably need this and you might feel it too, but ooh, I needed this. I don't know about you, but I need to be doing this way more often. Let go of that foot. All right, sink back into the half split one more time. Send the hips back. Folding over that front leg. Inhale, come on out. All right, guys, we are going to come down to a seat. Nothing crazy here, okay? This is not super long. I really didn't want to overdo it or have you overdo it after being sick. You can crisscross applesauce in this position. Excuse me, I burped. I forget that I'm talking to people right now and I'm not just by myself, so bear with me. You can also have one foot in front of the other if the whole crisscross does not feel good. So sit up nice and tall. We're going to take an inhale in, reach the arms up overhead. Take the right hand, grab the left wrist. Find length up through that left arm. So kind of pull it up and then fold over to the right side. Keep the butt down, don't plop over. Breathe here. Inhale back up to center. Left hand grabs right wrist. Pull it on up. Exhale. Fold to the left. Inhale up the center. Let the arms come down. All right. We're going to take a big inhale in again. Bring the arms out wide. And then we're just going to give ourselves a hug. Cross right arm over left. Then reach the hands around behind the back. Try not to suffocate the microphone here. Walk the fingers around and squeeze. Keep those shoulders pulled down away from the ears. Big inhale in as we reach the arms out wide. Exhale, cross left arm on top of right. Big hug, squeeze it in. Take an inhale in, cross right arm over left, or we're going to do eagle arms, okay? If you want to go ahead into that hug, go ahead. If you're coming with me for eagle arms, we're going to inhale, arms out wide. Cross the right arm over the left again, except this time I want you to stop at the elbows. We're going to bend the elbows, wrap the forearms so the palms start to come in facing one another. So I've got my fingers on my left hand on my right palm. Elbows are bent and pointed down. And then pull those shoulders down, okay? You should feel this in the back some, a little bit in the arms. I like to take this up So I'm bringing the elbows up some and looking up over my fingertips, up to the sky. Ooh, I feel it in my traps. All right. Either coming out of your hug or your eagle here. We're going to take that inhale again, take the arms out wide. And then we're going to cross left arm on top of right, either giving yourself that hug again, or bend the elbows, wrap the forearms, there it is. Even if you can't clasp here or get the fingers around, you can come close, okay, and just hold here. But if you can get the fingers on the palm, it's going to give you just a little bit more of a stretch. And then lifting the elbows if you'd like. I can breathe through my nose a little bit. Wow. I'm grateful for that, right? Really don't realize how just being able to breathe through your nose is like so glorious until you get sick. And you're like, wow, I missed that. Need to work on practicing that gratitude, even on the good days when things are going great. Because it's easy to get down in the dumps about it when you're sick and think, oh, I should have appreciated this or been more grateful. Well, be more grateful when things are operating smoothly and going well, right? And exhale, let it go, let the arms come down. All right. Hopefully that feels pretty good for you there. Hopefully my phone didn't die. We'll close our practice here with a little namaste. So you can come with me, just close the eyes. Take an inhale in, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands together and then bring the hands down to heart center. Just breathing here. Just being appreciative of your practice today, the ability to be able to move your body like this. Get the blood flowing, get a little stretch. So good mentally and physically. And if you're here with me today watching this video, I appreciate you. And I thank you for coming to my practice. This is the first one in a very long time. First time using my mic. And there will be many more to come. So just thank you guys. I hope this stretch made you feel good today. Thanks for coming. Namaste. Yay. Thank you guys.